This is Mrs. Jellineck. She's gorgeous. She's one lady who really knows how to take care of herself. And this is Mrs. Carmody. She's a private eye. Oh, and by the way, I'm Jo, the cook. I take care of Mrs. Jellineck and Mrs. Carmody, which is quite a challenge, because when we all get together, it's murder!
Oh, Mrs. Jellineck, doesn't Baroness Ipswich have a delightful home? Mrs. Carmody, I think you mean castle.
Mrs. Carmody, Mrs. Jellineck, your kimonos are ready for Baroness Ipswich's going to Japan party.
Oh, thank you, Jo the cook. It's hard to believe Baroness Ipswich will be leaving us. She certainly will be missed.
But isn't it exciting? Studying to be a real geisha. Learning the traditional tea service.
I do enjoy a lovely cup of tea.
Well, that's why I want Baroness Ipswich's party to be extraordinary.
Oh, it will be, now that you're officially trained in the art of fugu. Fugu?
Fugu.
Fugu. Fugu?
Yes, Mrs. Jellineck, fugu. It's a blowfish, and its organs are incredibly poisonous. Only 37 chefs are allowed to prepare it.
And now you're one of them, dear Jo.
It's Baroness Ipswich's favorite. I best skedaddle. I have oodles to do before the party tonight.
And since I was born in Japan, it's always been my dream to return.
I was made in Japan, too. That's where I bought our kimonos. Baroness Ipswich, you lived in Japan?
Until my second birthday. My father was ambassador to Japan before he became Earl of Stockton.
Blimey!
Thank you, Baroness Ipswich, for allowing my assistant, Miss Pennigree, to attend your little soiree.
I've never met a baroness before.
Nor I an assistant.
Well,
Dr. Eyeslop, I understand you're Baroness Ipswich's hypnotherapist?
Yes, indeed. Baroness Ipswich is the most susceptible subject I've ever put in a trance.
Dear Dr. Eyeslop, your hypnosis is working wonders. My fear of flying is almost gone. If it wasn't for you, I'd never be able to board the 747 to Tokyo.
Here's to Baroness.
Baroness Ipswich.
The fugu is ready to be served, prepared with much caution and care.
It's the blowfish.
Blowfish.
A Japanese delicacy.
lovely. Oh, it's a bit of all right, this. You've arranged the fish like a blooming flower.
Oh, I was trained by the great Masoka-san, who taught me to thinly slice the fugu and arrange it in a chrysanthemum blossom.
Truly a work of art, Jo the cook. Mrs. Carmody, would you do us the honour and say grace?
Bless us as we sit together. Bless the food we eat. Thank you for our happy mood. But most of all, bless the hands that made the food.
Oh, that was lovely, Mrs. C.
'Twas your hands that made the food, Jo.
Oh, my lips are tingling perfectly, Jo the cook. You allowed just enough poison in the fugu.
That's the secret. Enough poison to make it thrilling, but not enough to make it deadly.
Dr. Eyeslop, your assistant is...
Dead!
Miss Pennigree was a wonderful assistant. Desperate thought, but wonderful.
What do you desperate.
Mrs. Carmody, Mrs. Jellineck, you are London's most famous detective, so it's only right that you should know Miss Pennigree had a dirty secret. Miss Pennigree was a jewellery kleptomaniac.
Oh, how awful. But she seemed so ordinary.
That's what I thought. Until I discovered diamond necklaces in her desk drawers. She'd been pilfering them from my wealthy patients.
I wonder what this has to do with her unfortunate death.
Today I fired Miss Pennigree. And to show no hard feelings, I invited her along to Baroness Ipswich's leaving party. She obviously decided to make a scene and kill herself at the dinner table.
Mrs. Carmody, Mrs. Jellineck, I've examined the sealed can where I store my poisonous fish parts, and a dangerous Fugu organ is missing.
It hadn't occurred to me, but many people do die of Fugu poisoning. Accidents do happen.
I did not do this. The can was sealed, and it was put in a cupboard for safekeeping. So, what do you think happened?
Exactly what we need to find out. Let's be about it.
Let's be about it!
Yes. Yes, it does.
It says here, Fugu, also known as tiger blowfish, is extremely poisonous, especially the organs. It says here blowfish contains tetrodotoxin. That's a mouthful, and a deadly one at that. It says here it causes numbness, paralysis, respiratory failure, and there is no antidote except to bury the body in sand. That's a superstition. Was it a simple accident by Joe the cook? Or a suicide, as Dr. Eyeslop claimed? Or something else that's yet to be revealed? Joe the cook! May we have a word?
Mrs. C, I'm so glad you're here. I have something to tell you.
It's okay if it was an accident.
No, not that. I overheard something.
Did you kill Miss Pennigree?
For the love of everything baked, no! Of course not! I was trained by the very best Fugu master in Japan, Masoka-san.
I am here, Joe the cook. I, Masoko-san, will defend your honor as Blowfish Chef.
A pleasure, I'm sure. I'm Mrs. Carmody, and this is Mrs. Jellineck.
I know why you are here. You are here to question my students' integrity.
We're detectives. We just need to rule out.
Enough! I am here to tell you that I have never had a more artful student whose Fugu prep was like peaceful stream over dangerous waterfall.
Well, we just want to make sure the waterfall isn't poisonous.
Silence! I watch over all Joe the Cook Blowfish prep, and I can tell you all was perfect, like lotus blooming.
Arigato, Miss Oka-san. Mrs. C, if my preparation was faulty, if I messed up, that is, and poisoned Miss Pennigree, tradition calls for ritual suicide.
Nope, we don't do that anymore.
Oh, that's a relief.
We'll have Constable McIntyre's toxicology report as quick as you can say tetradoxic cot, tetratoxic rot, tetradoxic toxin, tetratoxin dotin, tetracatocan, tetracatacatac, netramortin, tetratoxin, tetracatotin, cotton tatat, cotton tata, cotton tatata, cratin mop, tetradotoxin, tetradotoxin. And then all our questions will be answered. Not really. Just a question about whether she was poisoned or not.
Which we pretty much know she was. Just a matter if she did it herself.
Well, then the report won't really matter, will it?
Nope, not really.
Thank you for seeing me last minute. I've been so shaken up since the death of Miss Pennigree. I'll never be able to board the 747 to Tokyo now.
Of course you will, my dear Baroness. This final treatment will take away all your fear of flying. Relaxing now. Now open your eyes and watch the spinning dial. My will becomes your will. I command you to forget about everything that happened at your going away party. I demand you get on that 747 to Tokyo without delay. And if Mrs. Jellineck and Mrs. Carmody cause a problem, I want you to kill them. And you're back. Wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes.
Oh, Dr. Eyeslop, you really are a marvel. Pardon my hurry. I think I'll move my flight up. For some reason, I cannot wait to fly.
Do send us a postcard, Baroness.
O'Reilly had his bomb up in it. It's a good one. You crack me up. Sing it again.
Pardon the intrusion, but I have to talk to you both.
What is it, Joe the cook?
I overheard something that might help with the case.
Oh, Jellineck.
I was in the kitchen and I heard arguing from down below. I don't like to eavesdrop.
Go on then.
But
You listen to me now, Vincent. I'm gonna tell.
Shh, you dirty little mouth. You've got nothing on me anyway. I'm as clean as a whistle.
We'll see about that. This is a Maxwell 60-minute cassette tape. You didn't know, but our tape recorded my hypnosis sessions with you. And I was very surprised what you told me to do. And I think the police will be too.
Oh, you dirty little mouth. You're going to regret this. And it's a Max L tape. A Maxwell tape. Stupid girl.
So you see, it's very intriguing. What is on that cassette tape?
Dr. Eyeslop said Miss Pennigree was stealing his patient's jewels. Then why would she turn Dr. Eyeslop in?
Unless Dr. Eyeslop is an accessory to the crime.
Joe, you hold down the fort. Mrs. Jellineck and I are going to pay Dr. Eyeslop a visit. Let's be about it. Let's be about it. This is a dangerous idea, Nora. If we can get Dr. Eyeslop to hypnotize us, maybe we can figure out what Miss Pennigree was going to turn him in for. Nora, quick!
Ladies, are you ready for your hypnosis session? I understand you wish to cut down on your cigar smoking.
Oh, we do enjoy a cigar with our brandy. But who can stop at just one?
I see.
Oh!
You are relaxing, going deeper and deeper. Look at the spinning dial, taking you further and further. You will listen to the sound of my voice. My will becomes your will. You will immediately drop the investigation into Miss Pennigree and mind your own beeswax. You are certain that I am completely innocent, and that Joe the cook was indeed the murderer. Oh, just for funsies, tomorrow you will deposit 10,000 of your own monies into my account. The Kingdom of Britain Bank. You will remember nothing, and you're coming back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, feeling alive and wide awake.
Oh, we're awake, all right, to your motive. We know she made a cassette recording of your hypnotic suggestion on a Maxwell 60. So you poisoned her with Fugu, otherwise known as blowfish.
You're feeling sleepier and sleepier.
Not now, Nora. Oh, I do like a cuddle.
You busybodies. Always with your nose in somebody else's business. You're never getting out of here alive. I'll hypnotize you to death. It was the perfect plan. I was so clever. Hypnotizing Miss Pennigree to steal precious jewels from my wealthiest patients. She had no idea. She was making me the richest hypnotist in Stockton.
Miss Pennigree was going to turn you in. So you killed her.
I did absolutely nothing. You see, Baroness Ipswich was the perfect patient. Oh, it's wonderful having the power of mind control. Now, I will hypnotize you both, and you will leap out of the window to your death. Going deeper in 5, 4, 3...
I'm here, Dr. Eyeslop. I followed you ladies here because I suspected you would be a problem for Dr. Eyeslop.
There's a good Baroness.
But Baroness Ipswich, we're your friends.
Shoot them. Shoot them. I command you to shoot them. My will becomes your will. The sound of my voice is your will. Shoot them, I say!
Well, Dr. Eyeslop, it looks like your fish is fried. Easy as shooting fish in a barrel.
What a limbless, cold vertebrae of a doctor you are.
Let's call Constable McIntyre to take out the rubbish, because it smells like old fish guts. P.U. Oh, Jellineck, thank the good Lord for your quick thinking with these earplugs. Let's toast to Baroness Ipswich, who has a taste for danger.
But not that dangerous. In fact, Masoka-san will be accompanying me to Japan. I'm still afraid of flying, but Masoka-san will keep me safe.
You saved Miss Jellineck and Miss Carmody, protected Joe the cook's honor. And I, Masoko-san, will protect you from all harm, Baroness Ipswich.
Until you both return to us again.
Hear, hear!
I'll get it.
This time, we're just having old-fashioned fish and chips.
It turns out Miss Pennigree called Dr. Eyeslop's bluff. She didn't record her sessions at all. The 60-minute Maxell
Turned out to be a mixtape.
Of all the most romantic love songs.
Constable McIntyre is here.
Well, if it isn't my favorite detectives and Baroness.
Well, if it isn't himself in the flesh.
Scotland Yard is grateful, Mrs. Carmody and Mrs. Jellineck. Dr. Eyeslop is where he belongs.
He'll never control another mind again.
I threw him in a can like a pickled herring.
Yeah!
I hate to interrupt these festivities, but there's been another horrible murder.
Oh, how hideous.
Mrs. Carmody, Mrs. Jellineck, Joe the cook. We need you back in London to solve this horrendous case.
You can depend on us, Constable McIntyre.
Well, there's always one thing you can count on.
There'll always be more.
Murder. Let's be about it.
Let's be about it!